So many stories today, so many videos of black mob violence, black on white crime, all wildly out of proportion. These are stories that have developments today and yesterday. Let's take a look at a couple of them, starting in St. Paul, Minnesota, the land of Minnesota Nice.
A 76-year-old man is recovering from a violent robbery and beating after giving a stranger a ride.
Take a look at this surveillance video. Police say that is the attacker stealing a pop from a gas station on University Avenue in St. Paul last night. WCCO's John Lordson explains what happened next that left the victim in the hospital with broken bones.
It's very surprising, especially in this neighborhood.
Kevin Johnson lives just down the block from where the 76-year-old man was attacked, beaten, robbed, and left lying on the street.
It's awful. It's sickening. There's kids that live around here, and it's a great place to raise a family.
Police say around 10:30 last night, the robber walked into the Super America gas station at University Avenue and Chatsworth Street. Surveillance video shows him stealing a soda. A short time later, he asks the victim for a ride.
Suspect claimed to be new to the area and didn't have any money and asked for a ride.
The stranger told the man to drive a few blocks away to LaFond Avenue and Milton Street. Sergeant Mike Ernster says when the car stopped, the robber lured the man out.
He explained to the victim that his door wasn't working. The victim got out, went to the passenger's side, and opened the suspect's door up for him to get out of the car.
Ernster says that's when the stranger suddenly attacked the man from behind. He knocked him down and then took his coat, wallet, and cell phone. He left him lying in front of his car with a broken leg and a broken wrist and no way of calling for help.
Somebody that's trying to do a St. Paul thing of give a guy that's down on his luck maybe a ride, somebody that's new to town, you want to show him that Minnesota Nice. You give him that ride, and then he takes advantage of it by luring the victim to his side of the car to rob him. That's infuriating.
Police say a neighbor eventually saw the victim in the street and called 911. He's had a couple surgeries and is in stable condition at Regents Hospital right now. Now here's another look at the attacker. He was wearing red pants with a red stocking cap and a black jacket with a hood. If you recognize him, please call the police.
Why don't we stay up there for another story of Minnesota Nice that didn't turn out too well.
St. Paul police are looking for those responsible for shooting a Good Samaritan who was trying to break up an apparent street robbery. This happened around 10 o'clock last night along University Avenue in Western. As Bill Hudson shows us, the 30-year-old shooting victim remains in critical condition.
As police tape went up, all traffic stopped at this light rail transit ramp at Western and University Avenues. A car with 4 passengers inside stopped after seeing what looked like a crime in progress. The driver honked the horn, but the 4 juveniles continued the assault of another juvenile on the Green Line platform. 2 men got out of the car, attempting to go to the victim's aid, but instead a 30-year-old man became the victim. One of the young males pointed a handgun, shooting him in the chest.
Took us a couple months to figure out exactly what happened and who was responsible. But here's good old Trahim Smith, I think his name is. And we now know that when Trahim shot the guy who was trying to rescue the person under assault, the guy lost parts of his stomach, parts of a couple of internal organs. It's one of those deals where you're surprised he lived. So they gave Trahim 9 years. I don't know what that means in real life. All I know is that last week we did a story where a guy got 120 years and he was out in 20. So I don't know what 9 years means. Hey, why don't we head over to Long Beach, California, Long Beach City College, and find out this young lady's experience with black on white crime, black on student crime, black on vulnerable crime that has really left quite a mark.
I felt him grab me and he just started punching me over and over in my face.
The victim of a terrifying attack at Long Beach City College is telling her story tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Alex Michelson live from campus with the details. Alex.
Mark, scary what happened here, and that suspect remains on the loose tonight. Carolina Herrera took these photos moments after being savagely beaten on the campus of Long Beach City College.
I thought, why me? What did I do?
Carolina says she just finished a night class and was walking towards the parking lot when a man approached her.
I felt him grab me and he just started punching me over and over in my face, and he wouldn't let go. and I tried to push him, but he wouldn't let go, and then that's when I started screaming.
In the struggle, he grabbed her iPhone.
He grabbed my hand with my phone and started hitting me in the face until I started screaming louder, and that's when I got the cut and he ran away.
Carolina and her family are frustrated the suspect hasn't been caught and retained attorney Sean F. Matian.
Although we're here now talking about my client, if there aren't safeguards put into place, if the school doesn't take this seriously, if the police don't take the investigation seriously, we could be sitting here tomorrow with a different victim talking about the same thing.
It's definitely something that we take very seriously, and we want to try to prevent from ever happening again.
School spokesperson John Pope says after the attack, police stepped up patrols and all students were alerted.
Remind people that we do have escorts that are available at any time for any student for any reason.
As Carolina's physical scars heal, her emotional wounds cut much deeper.
I had to quit my job. Being out in public terrifies me. I can't go out at night anymore. I haven't been back to school. I had to drop out. I can't go to sleep. I have nightmares all the time.
Carolina says that she will be getting therapy as part of her recovery. As for the suspect, she didn't get a great look at him, but she describes him as an African-American male, about 5'8", 150.
Why don't we head over to Madison, Wisconsin? Now, the rest of Wisconsin, excluding Milwaukee, can be very, very nice, but Madison, people don't know this, home of the University of Wisconsin. There's a lot of nasty business there, a lot of black mob violence, a lot of black-on-white crime, black-on-white violence. Doesn't seem to make the news that much. Anyway, here's a story about this guy named Prince, Rollo R.P. Prince. He and the fellas thought they would do a little home invading. They got in there. The people woke up, so they shot the guy. Beat the woman, shot the guy. I don't hear anybody in Madison particularly surprised or even upset. Why don't we head down to Houston for a little more black-on senior violence. God, we're doing a lot of that these days.
With the story you will see only on 2 tonight. This video showing a violent carjacking.
A man ambushed from behind, at one point even knocked to the ground during the struggle.
As it often happens, only our cameras were rolling when they caught the bad guy. Channel 2's Jennifer Bauer joining us live now with how it all went down. Jennifer.
Well, Terry Hughes says he had just pulled into his carport here behind his townhome when the carjacker appeared out of nowhere. Surveillance video shows the attacker run up and grab the man from behind. They struggle for a while and eventually fall to the ground where the attack continues. The robber stole the man's keys and his car.
Started putting his hand over my mouth while I couldn't breathe and was trying to choke me. And then I passed out. It was just a couple seconds because when I woke up, he was already in the car.
Terry Hughes is all banged up and bruised. His hands and his arms got scraped up during the struggle, and he can barely move his neck. The 62-year-old says his physical wounds will heal much faster than his emotional ones.
I'm just afraid.
This is a better look at the suspect. Harris County Sheriff's deputies have been patrolling this West Harris County neighborhood near Cypress since Thursday. They've been looking for this guy. And people who live around here have been keeping an eye out too. In fact, it was a neighbor who called deputies this afternoon and reported a suspicious person. Turned out to be the same guy police were looking for. Only Channel 2 cameras were there when deputies arrested the 18-year-old suspect, who is now on his way to jail. And get this, that 18-year-old suspect is currently out on bond. He was just arrested back in December for breaking into a home. Last year, he also did time in jail for trespassing and theft.
Dang, I just finished doing a video on Houston. Said violence against older women was now part of a trend in Houston. Now we have another one. It's hard to kind of keep track of all these. But if it's hard, it might be hard for you and I to keep track, but some people have a very easy time explaining what's behind all this.
What we have to do is end over-policing in African-American neighborhoods. When we talk about a criminal justice system, I would hope that we can all agree that we are sick and tired of seeing videos on television of unarmed people, often African-Americans, shot by police officers.
Sometimes these videos come in so fast and furious, I have a hard time kind of grouping them, you know. So this one started out as, okay, a bunch of black on senior violence. Then all of a sudden we had a couple things happening in Minneapolis. Then all of a sudden we had something happening over in Long Beach and something in Houston. And, you know, I guess I could put them all in separate videos, but man, my queue is getting really long. And I'm trying to keep this stuff as fresh as I can. Anyway, so thanks for taking the time to watch these. It's really getting crazy out there. So I hope you'll take a minute to share these videos, like them, subscribe to this channel. Go get a copy of Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. Read that. It really documents what's happening in this country. And if you're in Houston, or Philly, or Minneapolis, St. Paul, or out in Long Beach, the home of Snoop Dogg, well, you know what to do. Don't make the black kids angry.